Hey guys,
Finally.
it's a sad day for Weeb101. A dear friend has passed on. And I can't thank you. And the pandemic has been tough for all of us, but
Amazing.
apparently it's not been great for Audi either. So we're thinking about it and we decided we couldn't stop the podcast. So we kept him here in memory. And we decided to come to his house. Audi, enter! Whoa, that was like magic. Wow.
Yes.
Smooth entry.
Amazing editing. He just appeared here. in an
Yes,
empty
the magic
chair.
of
Wow.
video editing. Yes, indeed. We're here in Audi's house to do the first ever episode where the three of us are sitting
Yes,
together.
exactly, yes.
And talking about the show we promised you we would talk about, but I don't know what we're going to talk about. Get rid of Audi. Yeah, that's done.
What he's done.
It's no longer necessary.
The real deal is here.
It feels so strange, like, I don't
Sitting
feel
and
like I'm
talking,
doing
like
a
doing an
podcast.
actual
I feel we're just
podcast.
like chilling with each other.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the thing, we don't show brands.
Right.
Sponsor us, we'll turn the can around.
Yes, you don't know which can this is, okay, please. It's very discreet packaging. But anyway, we would like to start with a Weeb101 tradition that we do. We have a little cameraman surprise over here. Could we get a better angle on the cameraman, please?
Thank you.
Yes.
And here is Weeb101 tradition. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! And we may begin, and Sid has
As is tradition, he will never ever follow the norm. So
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good shit.
But yes, the little video you saw pop up somewhere on the screen is, I don't want to use his real name. Can I use your real name? Okay, is Adochi, a friend of Weeb101 who helps with Audi's job basically. He says executive producer. I don't know if the mics picked it up. We're doing a different style today. We don't know how our audio is going to work. We have multiple forms of audio. We have one camera, so
And
we
everyone
hope it'll go well.
shut.
This is a once in a pandemic opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, this isn't happening again.
Most probably not. Until we get an office.
By the way, just to say,
Patreon, donate.
we were all in our houses during the lockdown. We are all vaccinated, so we're just meeting and that's all safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we are not irresponsible.
Yes, and the masks are in our pocket. We were wearing them until we started shooting.
Literally right here.
See? Stay safe, kids. Use protection. But yes, so for the first ever in meeting, in live,
Yes.
in whatever podcast, we've chosen a topic that's not one of our favorites. It's a little sad.
Really ain't, yeah. Really sad.
But it was a fan who asked for it.
Yes, I
So,
think it was
Mr. Cappuccino, sir, please don't,
yes.
please don't
Please
unsubscribe after
continue
this.
watching. Suggest another show maybe. We'll check that out. But
So, shit, what are we talking about today?
here at Weeb101 we are honest, right?
We're honest.
If we like something, we say we like it. We don't, we don't.
You can't buy
Yes.
our reviews. You can try though. We don't mind.
Yeah.
We don't mind you asking.
Yeah, Netflix, if you want to sponsor us to like something, you can
Almost
see, maybe we'll do it. Depending on how much we're getting. We are not sellouts.
We're not
It's a
sellouts.
business
Not
decision.
really. Until we are. Yes.
But yet, Sid, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about Kengan Ashura by Yabako Sandrovich and illustrated by Daromion.
Darumian.
What the fuck kind of name is Daromion?
It's a
It's a
name.
play on Doraemon. I don't know.
Doraemon, yes. Illustrated by Doraemon himself.
Yes.
Of course.
But yes,
For those who don't know, in the past, businesses and merchants used to fight each other over rights to sell things or over rights to build things or whatever they wanted. You know how business people work? We don't, but yeah. These people couldn't fight themselves because they are cowards and they choose fighters to fight in an arena instead. It's kind of like the trial by combat idea in Game of Thrones, except they get rights to build buildings or conduct business as they please if they win. And the person who loses goes into insane debt and probably ends up dead later on.
yeah,
anyway.
probably gets destroyed, yeah.
But that tradition has moved on to the modern world, and we have the Kengan matches, where people fight with, I don't know why, but it seems like they fight to the death. They don't have to.
Oh yeah.
And
I want to ask, like, before, I think they say in the beginning it was based on what, like, Tokugawa Ieyasu used to do. Is that actually?
Not Ieyasu.
I don't know.
Ietsugu. It's like the grandson of Ieyasu. And
Was it Ietsugu?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was supposed to be like the youngest king, and he kind of decided that merchants are just killing off people mercilessly. So you know what? Rather than all this unnecessary bloodshed, these organizations will have their own pick of fighter.
I see.
And they are
amazing.
yes. They'll have their own pick of fighter, and they'll just kind of wage war in this controlled environment, so to speak.
I see.
And yeah, it is. He says modern times, but it has been like since Edo area.
Jidai.
Era.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been going on for around 200, 400 years.
He's not interested. He's like history.
no, I'm making sure we don't get sued.
Yeah. What do
So we just
So
cover this up or something at this point.
Our editor will do it in post.
No, he's the editor.
Basically, I'll send you the edited video and you can cover it in post. Stop.
Yeah.
So, the Kengan matches are going on today, and a few fighters seem to be really, really interested. We start off with Imai Cosmo, which I remembered without looking at the little
Imai
wiki
Cosmo.
I have over
I
here.
remember that, yes.
Yes. And he has his friend, called Friend, because I forgot his name. And then you have a few other fighters, because I forgot all their names as well. You have, wait. So Young.
So Young.
You didn't read that far?
I didn't read that far at all.
Sid, is it So Young, the Thai fighter?
So Young sounds like a Korean name rather
Okay, I don't know the name. Fine, I forgot. In typical brew fashion, I forgot. But there's a Thai fighter who's supposed to be the strongest fighter in all the lands. And they are fighting off against the Fang of Metsudo, who is this dude's like best warrior. And they are trying to take him down, and they become the best Kengan warrior amongst all. And a special thing in this Kengan Association games thingy is that the person who wins becomes the chairman of the Kengan Association. And everyone's trying to get to Katahara, I think his name is, because he's been the Kengan Association leader for his whole life. And he has the Fang of Metsudo, who's supposed to be the strongest ever.
Oh, are you talking about Kaolan Wongsawat?
Yes!
High name, yes.
How long once or what? Yes.
And basically the story is about that.
Right? Soy Young.
Hey, I didn't say soy sauce. Who says soy
I
sauce?
don't remember what you said. But yeah.
Basically, that's how it goes. That's the story. The story is a fighting series.
And
It's
then
like
they fight.
and then they go into flashback and they fight in the flashback, and then they fight again in the present, and then they go back to the flashback and fight again over there, and they take a break from the fighting to do more fighting. Basically, they never stop fighting.
Yeah.
And there's an old dude who is employed by the Nogi group, which is supposed to be one of the strongest
Nogi,
strongest companies in the world. And for some reason, this old dude is preferred by Mr. Nogi himself, and nobody knows why. And he's holding a deep dark secret, which you shall find out about, because we don't know how to contain spoilers in this podcast. Well, screw you, spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's supposed to
It's going to
see
come
this.
out at some point or the other.
If you listen to a previous episode, you know that we say, check out, we're going to talk about this thing, so read it and join us next week. That's what we say at the end of every episode, even though none of you will watch till the end, but we say it. But yeah.
Before we start, Sid, Audi, Brew, Pranit, oh shit,
Adochi.
Peep, Miggy, and we have Weeb101 Last Take, which is a short form, shorter than podcast, longer than normal videos content. Highlights channel, short version of podcast, Instagram Reels, short version of podcast, and shorts, YouTube shorts, which is really short of everything. Now we can start.
Yeah.
They didn't read Kengan Ashura at all.
I've seen it. I've read it. I read the
Long
first 20
time ago.
chapters. But
Mukashi.
Mukashi. I saw it in 2017, I think.
You're looking a lot in the camera.
It's weird because
You keep looking at the camera.
all these years I'm used to like looking at a screen and looking at you, and it's actually weird in like
Now it's
real
like I
life.
turn around like, yes.
Just try to turn
You
towards
exist,
the-
yes.
Good.
I can't look at Audie's face for too long, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Just try to turn towards them and then look at the camera.
Yes, that was random voice that we picked up. by
Disembodied
cameraman.
voice,
Yeah,
yes.
just speaking.
Dude, it's creepy for me because keep looking at me.
You know we're not going to edit this out, right?
Yeah, your voice is gonna be there, and no one's gonna understand.
Voice recognition to find out who he is. 1 million subs and we do a face reveal.
But
He
yeah,
was gonna be right there with the monster.
Oh shit, I
Oh,
forgot.
sorry, we-
Yes.
but yeah. So I think I saw it in 2017.
Which was not very long ago, only 5 years.
Yeah, and that's when it first came out. I was like, oh, it's nice, it's interesting. I'm like, okay, he's going. There's in the first they have a big guy, right? What's the main guy's name? Kengan. No, that's the matches.
Ohma.
Oma, Tokita
Yeah.
Ohma.
He literally
Yeah, so Kengan.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see Oma literally beat him up, right? And then the old guy, what's his name? Yeah, Mr. Old Guy.
Mr. Old Guy.
Mr. Old Guy sees him, and basically, after that, he's so impressed for some reason. He's like, they say, oh, he wanted to preserve his seed, and he's just going to a random brothel after that. I was like, what the fuck?
But his wife left him, what could he do?
Yeah. After watching that, he got so hot, and he's like, damn, I need to go fuck right now. But yeah, basically, it's like this. It's like you see the prison movies where the fighters get a chance to fight for freedom and all that. It's like similar, but it's like companies. This underground
Is it like
illegal
the
club.
prison? Okay.
Yeah, because in the prison movies, like Undisputed and stuff, it's basically companies and other chairmen like hiring prisoners to fight each other.
Which they do in this as well.
Yeah, but those are much.
I thought
cooler.
here it was just like
I love
people
those
want to
films.
fight because they wanted to fight for the complete fuck of it. They just
Yeah,
go in
the
thinking they're gonna bash heads in and that's
Yeah,
all.
they don't have purpose like those because there's like, oh, I fight for freedom, or some people just fight for the fuck of it. Or
Yeah.
But these guys, I think they also fight because they want to fight. I don't know. Some have
His
their own
name is
reasons.
Yamashita Kazuo.
Oh yeah, Kazuo, yes. By the way, I wasn't a big fan of the 3D animation in the fight scenes. It looked like very weird.
Didn't watch the anime at all.
Yeah, good. You made a good decision.
Is this the
I think I should have read the manga actually.
Yeah.
is this the era of like the poor 3D animation?
It's between the poor 3D animation and where it got good right now. It's
I
between
see.
those two. So like in some scenes where they're like talking and doing things, it looks okay. But when they start fighting, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So there I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, Kengan, I'm not like the biggest fan because it didn't pull me in. Again, it was just there, and even the fight scenes were interesting enough for me, because I love action scenes, and if they're really well choreographed, I think I was telling you, right? I love really well made. Like, I think my favorite fight scene, I've told you many times, is like the fight scene in the sequence from Old Boy.
Yep.
Freaking love that shit.
This might seem like the last episode all over again, but they're very similar topics.
Yes.
What?
The like record of Ragnarok where we
Oh
said
yeah,
that
record of
nearly the same
Ragnarok.
thing.
Yeah,
Check it
yeah.
out. We can't even note the time for sit right now. That's true.
But yeah, I love really well choreographed fight scenes. And this didn't have that again. It had more scenes than Record of Ragnarok, I would say. But
Of course.
then, the Record of Ragnarok.
So that's a low bar to beat.
Yeah, that's a low bar. They weren't like hitting once and flashing back
Yeah.
again. They were actually trying.
But did you notice, Record of Ragnarok and Kengan Ashura had the same base problem, which was as we said in our last take, which is like, I use move. Then it's ultimate power, who's going to burn out first?
Yeah, they didn't have any interest. Like if you talk about something similar, that's good. Maybe we can do an episode later. I think I told you about Baki the Grappler. I love that manga, and I also like the anime a lot. These guys are super buff, they're super power, they're really strong. If you see, they literally look like big clouds and shit, they look crazy. But the fight scenes are very interesting, and it's not only about fighting. There's a lot of strategy, cunning, they use a lot of weapons, a lot comes into play there. So, and even the base story of Baki, I think, is much more interesting than this. Kengan seems like a weak, wannabe Baki.
Does Kengan have a story?
I don't think it has a story because up until where I read, I thought it was like.
I think you'll be able to tell us if it has a story.
I'm sorry, Zoro.
We invest in high quality figurines.
Yes. well then. Let me.
We would like to interrupt this program to put Zoro back on his
Zoro
feet.
back into his.
Done.
But
Yeah,
yes.
so there is actually no story.
Wait, so you read till the middle of Omega, just so the people know, right? How far did you?
Not even the middle, I got bored of me.
But you finished Ashura.
I finished Ashura. There's like a story which starts off at the end of the... Like the last chapter builds a start of a story. Till then it's just fighting. Like this dude... So basically Ohma is trying to get revenge on this kid and his master. Because he thinks that his master was the one who killed his master. Ohma's master who's called Nico. And that's why he uses the Nico style. And what actually happens is that some dude who they don't explain gives Ohma this power which basically allows him to... It's like that Kure clan's removal that allows them to use 100% of the body. So he loses his mind while doing it and he calls it advance because he literally takes an advance from his future lifespan and uses it to fight now. And so it's really weird because this kid, his master, who the person he's trying to get revenge against, and the kid who he's also trying to get revenge against, is obsessed with him. Okay, when he fights someone, he destroys them because they put a scratch on him, and he's like, "I'm supposed to be an offering for the god. How dare you do this?"
Oh yeah, that guy has a really weird vibe, you know.
Yeah,
I remember him. Yeah.
He is one of the...
He's like obsessed with this thing.
Completely
Ohma, right?
obsessed. It's
remember
weirdly
this.
obsessed. And also the little girl from... Okay, not little girl probably, but the girl from the Kure clan is also obsessed with Ohma. She just takes off her clothes all the time and she's like, let's make babies.
Is it this guy or no? No, right?
No, not that guy.
It's not, I don't remember.
Wait, I think that... No. Yeah, there's actually a girl who from the Kure clan who just jumps around, tries to get into his pants all the time. Literally all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think I remember this character, yes.
I don't remember her name though, so that's the only problem. But yeah, basically this dude is really pissed off when anyone harms him or anyone harms Ohma, and he goes into a complete rage and kills everybody. He's like, oh, you can't kill Ohma, you can't kill my god is supposed to kill me. And it turns out that when Ohma first used that removal thing, he looked like a demonic god who was almost about to kill this dude until his teacher stopped him. And then he realizes that he basically weakened his teacher to the point where somebody could just come in and kill him. And in the end, he learns to deal with his anger and stuff, and he beats this dude. That's the only part. That's only story that goes on over there. There's no other story.
The style, what's the
Nico style.
Nico style. The Nico style is when he goes into the Ashura.
No. That's his normal base form.
Okay.
And Nico teaches him to not use the Asura form.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Yeah.
But the thing is, they're from the inside, which is how the story of Ohma starts. He's from the inside. And Nico is also from the inside. But then it's revealed later that Nico is not the only Nico. There are like 10 different Nikos. They're all called
like
the same name. No, they're all called the same name, but they're different people.
Okay.
And they pass on the style to different students in hopes that, they build up this image of one Tomita Nico who's the strongest guy. Everyone fears him, but it's actually like multiple dudes.
Collectively, Nico.
That's the thing. Each one is also Nico, but they also make up the entity called Nico, which everyone fears.
Weird hive mind.
Yeah, so the people are like, hey, Nico taught me. They're like, no, Nico taught me. They're like, oh, Nico's multiple people. Very, very interesting.
The Nico system. Check out our hot potato.
Yes, it's based on the civil system, as Audi calls it.
But yeah.
I couldn't get too far reading Kengan
Did you even
Ashura. I read up until like the point where there was this one dude being introduced, a long haired, like small dude, and he beat this teacher / bodybuilder, Ozu, Mr. Ozu or some shit like that. I don't know. It was like very early on.
Well, time to replace Audi with this picture again. Audi can go back down.
That's nice.
Since you haven't read it.
It felt too much like Record of Ragnarok in the end and just coming out.
In the end, matlab? When did you read
In the end, matlab, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
But then
Ozu, this...
Yeah, Ozu Toshio, that guy. And after that point, it just felt like I'm just going to be reading the same shit over. They're going to just keep doing this power spike thing where they just, like Bruce said, just fight, and then in the end, ultimate move, end. And it's going to be the same thing over and over. And I got bored after that point.
Yeah, but for those that
that's the dude, Kiryu Setsuna. This is the guy.
Kiryu
Right?
Setsuna,
Yeah, this is the guy who's obsessed with Ohma.
I remember.
Oh, huh?
Okay, so Audi basically read till like chapter 20 or something.
Yeah, he didn't read much. But the thing about action is like they're saying, I'm a big fan of like action movies and stuff. I told you, like I love watching all that shit. Even if it's fighting, if it's done well. And most of, like, of course, it has story, doesn't. Like, I like to see the purpose they're fighting for. Because, like, imagine, if you're just fighting and acting, like fighting each other, without no reason, it seems like bland, it has no meaning. But if I'm fighting you to like save someone I love, or to get somewhere, or to fulfill some purpose, or like taking revenge also, like it adds more to every punch, because every punch I'm giving you will have a reason, right? Be like, yes, finally you killed my this thing and fuck you up, so I'm punching you for a reason.
Then most of these
even if you're crazy and it's for fun, like haha, a fight killing is fun, like something like Lance, right, from Bacano.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he fights for fun, right? So every punch you see how happy he's getting. Remember the train, he's like punching that guy or jumping, like you see him getting excited, you see his purpose, his intent.
And he's stepping on his own friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So it still has some, so when you see that purpose, it does make it, more interesting, basically. Which is what Record Ragnarok was totally missing. And these guys are basically like puppets fighting for the...
Yeah, that's what makes no sense, because these guys are supposed to be like proud warriors who are like really strong and all that. Why would they be bought over by a company?
Yeah, no,
don't they also mention at some point that they want to fight for the sake of the fight or something like that?
Yeah, but that's such a stupid reason to just fight in the end, right?
Isn't that like the most common trope though? Like many.
That's the problem, it's a common trope.
No, but even if you see, like, you can fight for money and all, people do that a lot, you have sports here, but again, and a lot of people, they like fighting, they train and stuff, but it's the opposite of what they want here, right? It's not like they're like, okay, I'm going to be controlled by you, I'm fighting for you. Like basically, this is being decided by the company, the outcome, what they do.
I think
it's basically like a business battle in the end.
Yeah.
That trope is.
And there's match fixing and stuff here as well, so it's not even like this, like a genuine fight.
I remember Undisputed again, the movie series where they fight in prison. At least over there, like the prisoners have purpose, even though they can fight. Like, you can go to other prisons and fight there after this thing, you get taken to another prison to fight the big... But again, there are companies involved who are sponsoring these prisoners, but they're still promising freedom, and the ones who are lifetime, they're promising like release, a better life there. So you're still fighting for some purpose. And the prisoners, they go through a lot. You see them suffering, you see them making decisions. They threaten people outside the prisoners' lives. So, there's still some intent and story for what they're doing. Like over there, like they won't fight randomly. And also you see the other prisoners enjoying it. It's like an in-prison game. It happens a lot, right? So yeah, that does make it interesting. And even like if you see something like Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's, like even that's like a tournament style fight. Even that's like, okay, he's going to find out like this evil guy, like this company, like what is he doing? He goes there on a mission. And him participating in the tournament is part of his like undercover this thing, to find out what's happening. And it's like this tournament where fighters come all. It's like a sport like UFC and stuff. So over there you still have a lot of interesting story, a lot of mystery, interesting characters and everything mixed in, right? It's not just like us. It's not. This is like us thumb fighting. We are controlling our thumbs basically, right?
Put it, yes.
Sure. It's basically us thumb fighting. That's.
I think the common trope of criminals or like the bad guys just wanting to fight for the
I must say.
Yeah, I know, right?
For wanting to fight for the sake of the fight is like completely shit on in Kenichi, because they keep showing like people coming to the dojo and wanting to fight all the time.
It's all over. But yeah, sorry, I'll continue.
They keep showing these guys coming to fight in the dojo all the time, and then they just like the master just runs circles around them like, okay, tu aaya, tu gaya. They kind of show these guys in not a stronger light, and they just like, okay, it's just a shit trope. We have better criminals.
Kenichi is also interesting.
Yeah, Kenichi is interesting. My point being is that it's like a far better fighting manga than Kengan Ashura for me.
Finally, the episode of Opinionated we've been talking about all this while.
Yes. So far, I only have my opinions on Apache.
Oh, he's done. Okay, sorry, my
Yes.
bad. It's not the episode yet. Don't worry.
Or he's read 20 chapters of Kengan. He saw Apache and he's like, opinion. And then he stopped reading.
And he's like, Apache, cool, done. Opinionated,
Yeah,
done.
I've come to the part where they've introduced.
Spoilers for Kenichi.
Oh my god, fine.
Yeah, read Kenichi and we'll talk about it later if you want.
But this also reminded me of one more thing. Like the old man, his son is supposed to be a shut-in.
Oh yeah, that guy, yes.
Supposed to be like a NEET.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
Hikomori guy, yeah.
It turns out he's the one controlling an entire Fortune 500
his
company.
yeah,
and then,
holy
and
shit.
then it turns out he's targeted by the Kure clan.
Yes.
And it turns out he fortified the whole house with like anti missile
Secure.
technology and
Dude,
shit.
That's crazy,
That
that's
dude
crazy,
just
yeah.
closes the door every time.
Yeah, he's the CEO of like, he has a fighter in the Kengan
Yeah.
matches.
Damn.
Sponsoring a fighter.
And after the Kure clan and him decide settle their argument, he takes his brother, the dude who's a punk, and then he becomes a good guy later. He flies into the island where these guys are, and they chill over there.
I see. He just has a shit ton of money, but he just decides to live in this tiny fucking hole over here.
Yeah, he prefers to be out of the public eye apparently. But then how does he get an armored house, a missile armored house?
Without, the owner realizing it.
No, forget even that. Like, really, that's what you're going to spend on? You won't even like you don't even have like a proper computer setup. Okay, if you're a NEET, you're going to upgrade that first. You're gonna get like 5 monitors.
You know, telling you, when his dad goes out to work, he comes out, he's like, hey, build stuff, calls people, he's like, yo, build this shit, and when he's coming back, he closes it in.
My God.
Sends back down in the darkness.
Those guys must be really efficient if they don't leave any work unfinished at the end of the day. Like, his dad just walk in and be like, hey, what's this like giant armor on the house which seems incomplete? They're like giant plates on the floor around here. And he's just like, Dad, shut the fuck up. That was a really weird part.
Yeah, that was weird how he has so much of this thing from his room. Yeah, that was actually crazy. I didn't expect that.
But there is one thing I can like the character of the old man itself is well done because he's shown like to be a normal guy in a world full of like crazy people. So
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
offers
his-
that contrast,
Yeah, he does.
which a lot of manga don't. Because in most manga, the even the guy who starts out innocent just turns out to be a monster at the end, right? It's like
That's true, but even the old man, like, he also reminds me, like, anything happens, he's like, oh, fuck, what the fuck, like, his reactions also are almost too exaggerated sometimes. Like, I understand in the beginning, but even when he gets normalized, he's always like...
that's the thing, he never gets normalized to it. Till the end, he's like, oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god,
what I'm
what
saying.
the fuck?
I expected him to, but he never got normalized to it.
I mean, that
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's happening over like 1 week.
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't
true,
think that's
that's
enough
true.
time to get normalized
Yeah.
to. Like, every day you wake up, you're like, I'm at home, and like, motherfucker, these fighters are out to kill me.
That's true, yeah. He's always like...
On edge, basically. And then you find out your NEET son is actually like someone who's achieved more than you.
Hey, paisa de.
I know, right? The minute he figured that out, he should have been like, rent now. 20 years of rent.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure my dad's gonna be like, if we make money off Weeb101 and my dad just happens to see some news article or something, oh, Indian Weeb101 became famous, my dad will just be like,
Yeah, start paying, yeah. That's gonna happen.
or you just walk in and be like, hey, totally didn't see you on the news, I need a new MacBook tomorrow, thank you very
And
much.
be like, here, dad, look, demonetized. We don't make any money. So yeah, that also happens.
Looking at the page over here, it just
Patreon.
Patreon. Can we
Yeah, the
get
page.
refills? I'm done.
Sure. Excuse me.
Please.
Refills, please.
Interval. Hey, don't sing songs that'll get us copyrighted.
there are no songs that has that tune. I don't know.
Excuse me, slave, catch this, please. Slave is not doing well nowadays.
Audi that's in the set.
Damn it.
मेरे को
For some reason, Audi doesn't know his own house is set.
As I was
But yeah,
saying,
one thing
the
sorry.
image that I'm looking at over here has like a ton of characters in there, I'm surprised you're able to keep up with most of them. Or were you able to like?
No, you don't care about any of the characters. So once you realize their powers, you just remember them.
All I remember is the old dude, Ohma, the Nogi guy, and the secretary, and that's about it. Like the villains, I remember. I don't even remember the first guy, the big dude.
Lihito.
Yeah, he's
The
not.
blonde haired guy.
Is it Lihito?
What's his name? Sorry.
The
Full name?
I think it's
It should
Rihito.
be
Yeah,
Setsuhara.
Rihito. Yeah.
the one who can
The derpy
the one who
blonde
has
hair
razor knuckles, right?
The razor
Oh,
knuckles.
Rihito, that guy. Yeah.
Lihito. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about
Carla Kure is the girl who's obsessed with Ohma.
Okay.
She like legit after he fights, right? She like drops him down, takes off all her clothes and jumps on him, and she's like, let's make babies right now.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
And in the end, so her grandfather is supposed to be like the dude who won the first Kengan match, which the Katahara dude is like when he made him chairman, and he was
mysterious hand
mysterious
appeared.
hand comes to give us coke.
Throw cookie ball at it. Thank you, mysterious hand.
You should be paid for your services.
Yes, this is totally coke and not anything else. Am
Yes.
I right?
This is cool.
Well, you can decide for yourself, but we are weebs, so I don't know what you're
Drink
expecting.
responsibly. Drink coke responsibly.
Yes.
Because that's all it is.
Cheers, mysterious hand. Thank
Cheers.
Cheers, mysterious hand. Ooh, this coke is strong.
you. There's ice in my coke.
Yes.
I don't like
As
that.
it
Yo ho ho and a bottle of coke.
But yeah, Erio Kure is the first Kure guy who wins the Kengan matches, and he makes Katahara the Kengan Association chairman. And since then, like he goes on and spreads his seed.
I see.
Yes.
And they only they have a whole page dedicated to showing how they have sex with the daughters of dojo masters and really powerful people with genetics and all that, and they basically breed the Kure clan to become stronger genetically from birth.
Control.
And so Carla looks at Ohma and she's like, oh my god, he's so strong, oh my god, let's make babies, and by the end of it, like first Ario is like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill that Ohma guy, oh that fucker touched Carla, he's dead. And then in the end he almost wins the tournament, so he's like, I guess I have to acknowledge him, fine, Carla can marry him, and she's like, yeah, let's make babies, yeah. But
It just sounds like there are a lot of
Just
these
not-
tiny jokes that
Didn't
are
live up
added
to
and
the
nothing-
mark. I guess I
nothing
wouldn't.
solid.
It's not as bad as Record of Ragnarok.
nothing is bad as Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah, except King's Game.
Except Kings. I don't know, they're probably similar right now.
Yeah, I think you said that the idea of Record of Ragnarok was better than the Kengan Ashura.
Yeah, because Kengan Ashura is just like, I
You
don't
mean
care
the
about
basic-
these humans.
Like the
Slot.
base plot of it, like gods fighting humans, that makes for a better story than it would be just
No, see, I
random
wouldn't say
rules.
plot, I would say the base concept
Yeah, the
is
base
better.
concept.
Sorry, yeah.
But it depends on what people prefer.
See, Kengan can at least... See, the thing is with Kengan, it took me longer to get tired of the fights than it did with Record of Ragnarok. Because while Kengan also does follow a formula, it's not as set in stone as Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok was obnoxious to deal with.
Yeah, it was really.
Terrible.
It was just like, fight is going to begin, next page, fight has already
I
ended.
literally saw it over 2 months, one season.
What?
Because I was so
Oh,
tired
Kengan.
of it.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 seasons, it has 2 seasons. Yeah, I saw both over 2 months. Like,
Do they drag out fights? in this?
Yeah.
Like crazy?
Yeah, because like, I don't know about the anime, but even the manga, it's like
It's not dragged out.
someone uncovers some sudden ability which will change the tide, and the other person uncovers some other ability.
Do they
Yeah, but
uncover it or is it just like a
ability
rehash
uncovering
history?
is very anime, like, oh, I'll show you my secret, like jutsu, like technique.
Yeah, but you can only do that once, right?
Yeah, you
the
can
same
only do
character
that
does that
once.
like 5 times.
Yeah.
And Kengan has a really annoying thing which I said in the last episode as well, which is like it'll be a normal counter, but they'll be like, this is the phoenix elbow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, knuckle something counter. They won't even say counter in the end. And then in the flashback, like Oma punches someone, punches them real hard, they go flying. And then Oma's like, oh, flashback. And then Nico is like, so this punch is a counter. I'm like, just say that it's a counter. Why do you have to attach a giant name to it? At least put counter at the end of the name. say the Phoenix arm counter or something.
Yeah,
Don't just
yeah.
say Phoenix arm technique.
And the thing is, why do you need to do a flashback to show counter?
Yeah.
Anime loves overusing flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's
I think the counter plays like a key role in the whole fight. I don't know.
That's the thing. So this Ohma keeps unlocking new memories. Okay, it's like a game. Every time he goes to a new level, it's like
new ability.
new ability unlocked, new memory.
On his skill chart. Yeah.
No, it's like new memory unlocked, and then you go through the memory like an Assassin's Creed type of thing where you sit in the Animus.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, and then he's like, oh, Nico taught me this, and then comes back, he's like, now I know the technique. Like, idiot, you knew it all this while, you just, I don't know, forgot like a moron.
I think it's kind of like in Ippo where they show Mashiba fights, where he basically counters them in a very weird manner with his style. No, like they take that and then they reuse that same thing every single time.
No, Mashiba never imagines some past of his and he's like, I suddenly know how to use the Hitman
Mashiba is
style.
very
There was
skillish.
Yeah, he's very skilled, but he takes like inspiration from fights with Ippo and other fights with like...
That's different. That's you're growing from the fights. Here they're unlocking memories from 20 years ago.
Okay, right, like that, okay.
Like Oma's a little homeless kid and Nico is like, here I teach you Nico technique. And then he's like, bling.
I thought it was like previous experience or something, I don't know.
It is a previous, that's what past memories are, Audi. It's a previous experience.
No, like a previous experience while fighting, not like, straight from childhood, like some...
They show that also. But then it becomes cheap because like you expect them to power up every single time they fight.
It's like you're playing a game, you're in the middle of a battle, you pause, you level up your skill, then you continue playing.
The boss
Basically.
when did this happen?
Exactly. Or it's like when you beat the boss for the first time and you're like, I'm done. And then they just like zombie wake up and then like, I can beat you again. And then the next move like takes off half your health because it's suddenly powered up. God damn it. Kengan, man. Just... makes no sense sometimes. But I really like the doctor's character. I don't know if you guys know the doctor. The little dark-eyed doctor.
What was his
name? I have no idea.
He had like
Can you describe him a little?
He was a fighter. He was also a fighter. He was basically the doctor who was there in the Hanafusa Hajime.
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, he uses like...
He's known as the
Oh,
dissector.
I remember this guy. Yes.
So basically, he's this doctor who is a fighter for the association, but he's actually a government spy. And what he does is, so the government sends him into the Kengan matches to take out this prisoner that somebody else has hired, who's like supposed to be insanely buffed up with drugs and of all kinds. And also he has this weird thing where he can like move his joints in weird ways. So basically, if you hit him in the back of the neck, he can bend his neck back in such a way that it will soften the blow.
Yeah.
So instead of hitting the neck like this, it will become like this. So you won't be able to like cut it off or anything like that. And this dude is sent to take him out because like that guy has become a huge threat to humanity. He's been killing a lot of people and all that. And what this guy does is, so he's basically immortal. Okay. So he like this dude like legit snaps his head back and he just brings it back like this normally. So he makes modifications to his body, and this dude actually ends up killing him. But then this guy puts in a fail safe into his heart, which makes him start beating again after a while. So he comes back to life. Everyone's like, oh no, he's dead. And then he's like, hey, that was close. And he's like a really funny character. So he's not the official doctor of the Kengan Association. But then he's so good that even the official doctor is like, yeah, I'll let him take care of my patient. And with every patient, he does the same thing. Okay, they come in and then he's like, please sign this body consent form so that I can dissect you later. And they're like, oh, consent, what's that special competition? And the nurse is like, what are you doing? Don't let him trick you. What do you mean special competition? That makes no sense. And for every person, he does the same thing. So when Ohma comes in after his fight, he's like, please sign this consent form. And before he can finish the sentence, Carla jumps up at Ohma and he runs away. This guy's like, whoo, he ran away. I can't dissect him. And when he helps everybody, okay? But then like he helps this one dude who like almost is like basically in a coma. And he's lying down on the bed and then he's like, his situation is improving. He's actually doing really well. And then he looks at him. Can I dissect him? And the person who's in love with him is like, no, please don't dissect him. Please don't do that.
Yeah, the doctor was cool. You brought memories back.
The doctor looks different in the anime though.
I remember him. Oh yeah, he does look different.
Yeah, because he's supposed to have like dark eyes because he doesn't sleep.
Oh.
But in the anime, he looks like he's
proper doctor eyes.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like this very mysterious character who And even they introduce him in the hospital. He's basically in a wheelchair and he's racing against kids in wheelchairs. And people are scolding him for it, but then he's like, hey, I'm just having fun with the kids.
My god. Yeah, dude, but I don't know. Yeah, there are, like Bruce said, there are good things about Kengan, so you can check it out if you want to. Right? No, I was saying basically there are good things about Kengan, some characters, so you can check it out
The
if you want
characters,
to.
a few of the characters are good, the others are just irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like you know who's going to be kicked out, pretty much.
Yeah, there are characters, but like if the base concept had more like purpose in it, like
Yeah,
if it had more to give the characters.
Yeah. But I must say, Mr Cappuccino, if you suggested, you did this on our Berserk episode.
Oh yeah.
I must say, I don't know what your thoughts are on Kengan because you never said it. Maybe you just wanted to hear our thoughts
Let
about
us know
it.
in the comments. We discuss, we're open, yeah.
But I don't think this holds a candle to Berserk on any level.
Berserk!
Like on any level.
way.
Not in fights, there's no story, so obviously not story. Not in characters, not in designs, nothing.
Like it's One Piece, Ippo and Berserk are like a 10 for me.
No, not even that. See, like you can't even say because Berserk is not something we've been watching
For a long time.
It's something new in our lives
Yeah.
that we like. So it's not even something we're like One Piece. We're like, of course, it's not. We're not like
The
stands
sense of
or
nostalgia
anything.
is in there as well, yeah.
This is a manga that we've recently read that blew our fucking minds.
Yep.
Like it reached one of the top for us
Immediately,
instantly.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's
yeah, of course we won't fucking done with that shit.
Berserk episode, check it out.
Yes.
But yeah, it's all going to be blank by the way throughout.
You have to watch the whole thing.
But yeah, so of course, we talk about Berserk. I think Cappuccino was like, I saw Kengan in school. I'll tell these guys to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, but I'm just saying if you consider Berserk and Kengan to be similar, I think you should at least let us know why so that we can explain our thoughts because I really don't think they are similar in any way at all.
Yeah, I don't think they're similar. I think he was just saying, and again, we may not like everything. It depends on.
Yeah, but
so we are not going to forcibly.
If you enjoy Record of Ragnarok, you
Yeah.
will certainly enjoy.
no thing is
Kengan
like
Ashura.
I'm different from these guys. Like if it's violence, I'm usually turned off against it unless it has like something backing it up which is really strong.
Guy says Berserk is amazing, and if it's violence, I'm usually turned off.
Usually, unless there's something amazing backing it up, which is what exactly
Clearing
Berserk.
things back up.
Berserk, like One Piece has violence, but it's a really cool.
Yeah, but that's most good violence that has a good name one story that I like that has violence that you don't.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Vagabond.
Hey, Vagabond is philosophical too, okay?
Hey, I don't like people who talk about honor all the time. Okay.
Because you have none.
Yes.
I see.
Honor is like a system which
You don't
ends up
understand
destroying
honor
you.
yet. Don't know, even I don't have any honor.
It's true. I know.
I know.
I wouldn't believe it for a second if you said that you did.
Vagabond is fucking cool.
The art is amazing. I will
Even
agree.
the story is good, you just didn't read it, you didn't get far enough.
He's a dumbass.
No. But in the beginning he is a dumbass of course.
I always do what I say.
That
Like
basically the whole.
Yakuza, he's shitting on your...
Even Zoro with the whole Mihawk thing, like idiot. Okay, you know what? You have to admit, okay, there was no reason for Zoro to get slashed by Mihawk. It was just Oda nerfing Zoro so that he wouldn't overpower every enemy on his way. Okay, throughout the entirety of One Piece, Zoro has been nerfed in some form or the other. Every arc, almost every arc at least, Zoro has been nerfed in some way, and he's not been able to use his full power.
How is he, like, you would say he's nerfed if you see how strong he is, but you
never see how strong he is because
that is his level.
No, because he's literally injured all the time in some stupid way.
No, but he, in the Dressrosa arc, he takes on Pika, the fucking mountain Pika.
Yeah, but even
The
then,
Audi.
Pika is like whatever, dude. Pika is like one of the weakest people in the whole family.
Island down on him.
He's just big and controls shit. Anyone can beat Pika. They gave Zoro an intentionally easy enemy for him.
How is that easy in any way? Everyone literally ran
Oh
away.
yeah, because Dos Flamingo with his literal haki body which can and the strings which can protect him from blades. Did Zoro even cut him once? Did he even come close to even fighting him? No, he had to run around behind a mountain that was changing places. You're telling me that's what
I'm going to fight this guy.
You're telling me that's what the right hand of the straw man is worth, like running around after a mountain?
The right hand of the Doflamingo family.
Even Pika's not the right hand of the Doflamingo
he's not the
family.
right hand of the family.
Oh my god. But they are still important members. Are
Yeah,
they not?
Pika is the weakest, yeah.
One of the minions of the Flamingo. He's just like, oh, okay, you wall, okay, be my wall.
Aren't
That's
they the
all.
main family? The four.
Yeah, but he's one of the weakest of the family.
Pika.
Yeah.
The guy with the big fucking muscles that controls a mountain.
You think if Zoro fought you, he would even break a sweat? He would just cut your
course
everything
he
up in
would.
seconds.
He's like the little brother from the Addams family.
Oh my god. At the end of the day, Pika was just a giant mask with very little power.
Yeah.
Did Zoro even have to worry about beating him? Did you, for a second, think Zoro would even have trouble beating him?
I don't think Zoro had trouble beating much.
Exactly. That's why he was nerfed throughout
that
One
gorilla
Piece.
almost killed him, okay?
But see, even when he went to the islands and the gorillas were there, he was weakened at that time because they had just fought this dude, Kuma.
Yeah, well, he was yeeted like 200 kilometers away from the.
They had fought and then he was yeeted, and like Luffy was legit like out cold after he landed. Okay, so you can't blame Zoro for being taken out by. And then he still managed to kill not kill, but injure all the gorillas around him and beat them.
Yeah, that's true.
And he hasn't shown his Sharingan yet.
Yeah, he hasn't shown his Sharingan yet.
Telling you, Zoro and Robin, okay, the Oda does them dirty every time. They're
Robin
just
doesn't
too
do
OP.
enough. I agree with she doesn't do enough.
That's because she has no chance to. Do you realize how OP her powers are? She can just
she's
snap
very
someone
OP.
in two in like no time.
But she can just have a giant leg come in on the
Yeah.
whole island and like
See,
squash
they
everyone.
basically nerfed.
They never really explain how her leg power this thing works. No, like the larger the leg,
It's a
the more
fruit,
energy
it's
she
like
uses.
called
or
a
something.
devil fruit.
I realize, but then seeing how she can do all these things.
Speaking of which, latest chapter of One Piece, very interesting news about
Very
Devil Fruit.
interesting. I haven't read it at all.
I've read the past 3 myself.
Neither of you know what's happening to you.
Nope.
I read 1006 last.
We are at 1017.
I will catch up.
I haven't read it either, but I know what happens.
But yeah.
Real fun. Oda has a callback to the first chapter.
First
First chapter. We go back 1016
does
chapters.
that the ship, the lady of the first chapter? This
That's what.
what?
Not Alvida. Alvida comes like
Alvida.
I'm
way
surrounded
later.
by people who don't know One Piece is sad. Alvida comes in the first chapter.
I don't remember.
Alvida comes later.
I said it references the
By the
first
way,
chapter.
I started watching One Piece with the anime. First, I started watching it, and she's there in the first episode. So I thought she would be there in the
Oh,
first
wow.
chapter.
It's those people
The
who
first
come
chapter
to
is
the
just
base who can-
mountain bandits.
the
no?
captain.
Yes, and something very interesting happens at that time,
Oh,
and that is brought back in this chapter. It's very fun.
because the first episode is Luffy in the barrel on the ship. That's the first
Yeah.
episode of the
No,
anime.
the first chapter. I'm talking about
Okay.
the first chapter.
Mm.
We go back 20 years to reference one small panel that started the whole of One Piece.
Maybe I need to check it
Interesting
out.
chapter.
That was Roger in the beginning.
Yes, of course.
First chapter.
I said small panel. Was Roger the small panel? He was the whole page. One small panel causes the entire events of One Piece to unfold, and that's what's referenced. No spoilers here. I'll tell them after the episode gets over.
But yeah,
I'll read.
They're basically back to this.
Kengan.
back to Kengan.
I didn't read Omega. Okay, I got bored in the middle. I stopped. Omega was boring.
There was a third one as well, not like 7 chapters. No?
I don't know.
Kengan
I don't know.
1 or some shit like that.
I got tired after Omega. I couldn't. Omega is basic. Okay, so by the way, one more thing
Yeah,
about
what is
Asura.
Omega about?
One more thing about Asura which you need to know, which is spoilers, complete spoilers, is the ending of Asura. You guys don't care, I'm assuming. They do a call out to Ashtano Joe, which is cool, but not as cool as they actually did, because in Joe, firstly, you have no idea what's happening. Secondly, the ending is open-ended.
Spoilers for Joe also. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more important for the people who don't know what Ashtano Joe is.
Really? You don't know it back? Okay, fine, sorry.
If you're at
Spoilers
this
for Joe.
point, please stop, read Joe, and then come back. Or don't come back, you probably won't, but yeah.
Yeah, so Joe, you don't know what was happening, and the ending is open-ended. Here, you know what's going to happen, and he dies in the end.
Of course.
So-
I expected him to die the minute I saw the first episode.
Yeah, so each time he uses his advanced thing, and he uses it like a fucked up. He uses like, oh my god, I took 2 more scratches than expected, and that's it. And in the end, he's like, okay, I shall fight you with nothing but the Nico style. I believe in my master. And then he's like, ha ha ha, I didn't use it against that guy, now I use it against you in the final fight. Gets his ass handed to him. Okay, this one buff dude, this one monk type dude, fights the Fang of Metsudo and beats his ass. Okay, like he wins, and he's going to become the next Fang of Metsudo, not Fang of Metsudo. He's going to become the next Kengan champion. And Ohma fights him. It's ass handed to him. Okay, ass handed, and he goes missing. Okay, he's recovering. Suddenly walks out. Everyone's partying and everything. Everyone's looking for him. They're like, oh, he's gone somewhere. Oh, help him. Where is he? He's injured and shit. And this old man is the only one who finds him, of course, because somehow he knows. And he goes out to this cliff and he's like, oh, Oma, there you are. Oh, I wanted to thank you for this. Oh, you did this, blah, 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 blah. And Oma doesn't say anything. And in the end, they show the old man crying like, thank you, Oma. And then they show Oma sitting there like, hey. And he's dead. He's just smiling. And it's like that. It seems very, like, it seems like a direct reference to Joe because even in the end, Joe's sitting on the corner and he's just like, spoilers for Joe, by the way.
I realized.
Audience is it?
No.
Fucker, what the fuck you
Kicked
doing
out of
there?
Weeb101. Spoilers for Joe, by the way, cameraman. Producer.
No. Done.
Should be like this because I don't want to show your face.
Disgrace.
So is it the if you take the belly part?
Devil fruit, yes. Spoilers! Shut up! Anyway. So Joe is sitting in the corner and with his hands down and he's like smiling. Same thing, this guy's sitting on a tree but his hands are down and he's smiling. His hands are on his knees and that's how this thing ends. And Omega is about this one dude who gets his ass handed to him by Ohma at the start of Kengan, which is
it's a new guy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's shown as I don't remember the dude. Okay, honestly, I don't remember any of their faces. But he's probably shown in Asura, I don't know, or maybe it's a new character who's not shown in Asura. But what happens is this dude is looking for Ohma. He's like, oh, I'll kick your ass. Oh, I know. I have become stronger now. I'll beat you. And then he finds out about the Kengan matches because of a leak. And he sees a blurred photo of Ohma. He's like, yes, that's the dude. I'm gonna find him. And all the members of the Kengan Association are leaked, all the companies. And he goes to this Yamashita Trading Corporation. And turns out that this dude has started a business where he helps companies find fighters. So they pay him to find fighters for them.
I see.
So it's like a freelance system. So Mr. Nogi becomes the chairman and he changes the system, whatever. And at the end of the day, this dude tries to fight in the Kengan matches. He gets his ass handed to him again and again, repeatedly by multiple people.
Is it this guy?
Another dude.
No.
Yeah, I think that's the guy.
Koga.
I don't know. I don't remember his name. He's the main guy, but
Yeah, he has some history with Tokita Ohma.
yeah, and he there's a guy who looks like Ohma who comes in, and he uses a completely different style, and even he kicks the main guy's ass. And the story goes on from there, but I didn't read more because it was boring as shit.
Yeah, like tournaments are interesting. We love Ippo, and Ippo has so much more. And even Ippo, if we break down Ippo to just the fights, right? If we only talk about the fights in Ippo, it's so much more interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can feel the flow of the fight.
Yeah, like dude, I don't even need to watch the Ippo anime, right? Like I can literally picture the whole fight and follow every punch so well, even though it's just pictures. So well
I
done.
think Ippo does like a good job of explaining moves and everything before the fight begins, and when the fight does happen, it doesn't like spoon feed you what moves they're doing, and they don't say out shit like, I'm going to do this move now, this is my counter punch or bullet punch or some shit like that. It's just a pure fight, and you're interested in the fight, and that's what continuously happens.
Yeah, I think they show a lot of that during training, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like Vipod does one thing very well, which is, as I said, they don't say things, but then the commentators do.
The commentators,
because you have like, if you take the this guy, the Naniwa Tiger, what's his name? Sendo.
Sendo, yeah.
Sendo versus Ippo. When Sendo uses the smash and Ippo uses the gazelle punch, that time they have Date and Takamura as the commentators with the main dude, and Takamura is like, oh, you guys don't know, let me educate you dudes, and this guy like, that's the gazelle punch. This is old man.
It's like both of them.
So that gives it an explanation.
Intertwined into like the story.
Exactly. But here the problem is they have commentators. So the commentator for the Kengan Ashura tournament is supposed to be the chairman's granddaughter, and he's just like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. Oh, now he did this, now he did that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm done. I can see what they're doing. I don't need you to tell me.
As interesting as they are characters, they don't show Takamura and Date too much. They still show a lot of the fight. They just show them.
No, they put it into the story, make it part of the dialogue or the reactions, like these.
Yeah, and the flow of the fight is just better. You don't have that in Kengan.
Dude, my god. Like, I haven't fights in Ippo really follow them so well. Like I'm absorbed into it.
It's only 1,300 chapters. That's it.
We will do Ippo soon.
One day.
One day. Do you want to do it for our 100th episode, or is that too much time in the future?
That's too far ahead.
No, 100 is fine.
100? Right now we say
again?
we'll do Ippo for our 100th episode.
No, wait, hold on.
What?
We'll do Ippo for our 100th episode if we have 1 mil subs.
We're never doing Ippo.
Hey, I want Ippo to be done when we have a lot of people to watch it. Okay, that's one episode that I want attention being given to.
Makes sense, but I don't think.
I'll fucking read Ippo again.
You have to.
Will.
If you miss one detail in Ippo, I swear to God,
Won't
put a
miss
photo
any
of you
detail.
instead of Audie. I'll put Audie's photo instead of you.
Yeah, do that. That's cool. I'm cool with that.
Well,
You have to edit the mouth going like up down when I speak.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Great. It'll be an episode with horrible animation on your face. Let's see how you deal with that.
Well, you're the editor.
Yeah, but you won't be able to sleep at night because of
that
this.
shit through the whole podcast.
Well, I guess the Ippo episode isn't coming out, guys.
Yeah, it's not
Forget
coming out
about
anytime
it.
soon unless you like, share, follow. We are at 56 minutes and I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Sure. I guess
I have
we
nothing
talked
to say
about
about it.
it.
I think.
Yeah, Audi has 20 chapters worth of content which got over in 3 minutes flat. Sid has like 1 season worth of content.
2 seasons.
2 seasons worth of content and he's done with that as well. I read the whole thing but I honestly didn't like any other character. So, are we done?
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
It's sayonara.
Holy shit, I can't sayonara properly.
You can just jump into front of the mic or some shit like that.
I won't even have to edit it then.
Yes. But yeah. So I guess that's it. Those are our thoughts. This is the last time we'll see each other for a few years now.
A few years now, yes.
Based on our
I
situation.
probably prefer the Discord version to be honest. I have a monitor.
And it's not as awkward.
It's not awkward. You're awkward.
You're awkward.
Audie's awkward.
Audie's
actually.
awkward.
Not really.
Yeah.
Audie's been sitting like this for like a whole.
I couldn't support this thing because the fucking table.
Oh yeah, the table.
early. So I have to sit like this because otherwise this thing is going to go. Figurines are going all over the place.
It's weird for me to look at audio also because like I have to literally like turn
Turn around,
behind.
yeah.
That's your cue for follow, subscribe, like, comment so that we can get a better table and audio can
कप बचने का थोड़ा
And
शोर चल रही है.
and we can get a 4K camera.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
scratch that 1080p camera. We can't edit 4K on our laptop. Sorry.
We can get a 4K editing laptop
Yes.
and a camera.
Sure. If you are so
Patreon.
generous. We have a special $1,000 package where you get the same thing as the $5 package. But we'll thank you more for it.
I guess.
$1,000. Around 5 of you should do for the $1,000 package. That's enough for a laptop and a camera, which comes to me, of course, because I have to shoot everything and I have to. My laptop needs to handle it, right?
We'll talk about that later. Our Weeb101 meeting should be public.
I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for this episode.
This episode.
We've shared our thoughts on this little manga anime, and I'm closing the wiki now because we barely used it to talk about 2 names which we don't care about. But in other news, Sid has been telling me to read a lot more of the popular
Finally.
manga which he doesn't want to read.
Exactly.
So
Lot of manga.
I've been reading a few. I've finished 4 of them already.
4 of them.
I'm starting on the 5th one. I'm already halfway through the 5th one.
So, expect a lot of new last takes.
New last
A lot of
takes.
new topics.
Lot of hate coming out from our fans towards our opinions in general, but a lot of cool new thoughts as well. Hopefully. What's our next episode?
So before that, I think
Before that?
after this,
After this?
we may do a live stream. talking
Not
about
together.
not together. Talking about the summer anime that's coming up.
Yes,
We're going to
yes.
talk about what's out
Dragon
there. We're watching EO Cow.
EO Cow. I was going to say Dragon Ikuda for some reason.
Ikuda. Dragon Ikura. How much is the dragon?
Ikoda.
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 Oh, Ikoda.
The way Toby says it. Toby wa Ikoda.
Dragon is a good child. But
I
yes.
must say my Japanese is not the best. It
Best
is
Japanese.
best Japanese amongst
All
all
of us,
Japanese
that is
people.
True, yes.
All Japanese
All
people.
Japanese people apparently. But yeah, we'll do a
Live.
stream. We'll talk about the anime and talk about a lot more random shit probably.
Yeah.
So follow us on Twitch for that. But the week after that, or the next week, we're going to be something very old, something very popular apparently. We're going to be reading Kaiji. The Gambler Kaiji.
The Gambler Kaiji.
Heard a lot about it. Want to read for a long time.
Yes.
Hopefully after our low, it's going to be high again. Let's see.
No idea what that meant, but yes, let's see.
Seeing after Record Ragnarok.
Oh,
and
okay.
Kengan
Okay.
Ashura. Yeah.
I legit had no idea what you were saying at that point.
Maybe pay attention instead of looking at the camera.
No, your words were very confusing the way
Sure.
you said them. After a low, we'll go high. I'm like, what does he mean? What high does he mean? Don't do
Small
drugs,
brains.
kids. But yeah, that's it for this episode. And I need to try something different for this. Goodbye. Sid,
Goodbye.
Audi, bro. Cameraman, Adochi, me, just sitting over there, chilling. Ew. Oh, sorry. No, ew. Okay, neither one was cool.
Let's see.
But.
This is going to be a mess.
Can I do this?
Next week is
Kaiji.
Audacity is having
Kaiji.